Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And how about those Devils? How about those Devils? And how about those Devils? How about those Devils?
How about those Devils? Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that like button. Smash the like button. Share with a friend. Thank you very much. And folks, the home opener was a smashing success. A smashing success indeed. Our beloved New Jersey Devils return to the Rock, handing the defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers their third consecutive loss. Devils winning by a score of 3-1. And obviously, I must ask, I must know.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? The New Jersey Devils, my friends. Oh, baby, this is not the 24-25 New Jersey Devils. This is the 25-26 New Jersey Devils. And look out, they are on a 3-game winning streak, looking, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm not that superstitious, looking to get that elusive 4-game winning streak on Saturday afternoon when they host the back-to-back Cup runners-up in the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid. But guys, what a game. What an experience. The home opener, always a special night for all the fans. Shout out to everybody I met. I met a ton of you throughout the game, whether it was outside, on the red carpet, on Championship Plaza. I met some of you in the game. I met a bunch of you all over the place. Shout out to all of you. What a afternoon and night at the Rock. I've talked about this time and time again. If you've never been to a home opener, you need to get your ass to a home opener. They do the red carpet and the players come out and they're signing shit and there's games and there's food and there's alcohol and there's some more games and there's music and a band. It is an absolute amazing time at the Rock for the home opener, but the boys delivered. They delivered big time, and I am right now just kind of coming off the high of the game and everything. Raced back here, just got home a little while ago, but we get to the game scoring here. Bear with me one second. My whole thing crashed out here, and all right. Yeah, everything got messed up and I had to reboot. But first period, a little bit of a broken play. Brad Marchand, what a dog this guy is. You hate to play against him. A guy you'd love to have on your team. What a warrior. He comes in, creates a scoring chance. I think he gets a shot off. Kind of broken play. Devils are just kind of looking at everybody around the net. And Rodriguez puts it in at 159. And I'm like, damn it. I was feeling so good leading up to that goal. Between, like I said, between the red carpet, all the pregame festivities, I was in the lounge. I was stuffing my face with food on the home openers and fan appreciation night, I believe. From the time the doors open until puck drop, beer and wine, which beer I put an asterisk next to because it also includes. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so fired up, and I'm still rusty coming off the preseason. Win or lose, we booze, and I am sticking with the good luck drink, the Surfside iced tea. Cheers to all of you. Win or lose, we booze. Oh, victory beverages. When it hits your lips, so much better than loser beverages. Victory drinks, and your New Jersey Devils are serving up victory drinks. But free beer, wine, and Surfsides till puck drop. A very nice touch by the organization, I must say. But I was loving life, and then under 2 minutes into the game, Rodriguez scores off this broken play, and I was like, damn it, what a kind of crappy goal to give up. And it just seemed like the Devils were sleeping a little bit on that play. And that's how the period ended. Panthers up 1-0 after 1, but the Devils were playing well. They were getting chances, and it looked like it was going to be one of those nights where we made a backup goalie look like a superstar, and the narrative would have been after the game, oh, the Devils got goalied. It certainly seemed like that could have been the case. 1-0 Panthers after 1. We head to the second, and on the power play, like I said, 86, paging 8-6. I said Jackie Boy's going to get loose at home, and loose he got. On the power play with what I would call a patented Jack Hughes move. He goes headhunting on goalies. We've seen him bank him off the sides of the mask. And once again, he's in tight and he fires it up high. Goalie was kind of hugging the post there, and he fires it up high, kind of off the shoulder, maybe got a little piece of the mask, but fires it up high on the head snipe and into the net for Jack's first of the season on the power play, assisted by Brader and Timo Meier, which knots up the game at 1-2. And heading into the third period, I was like, we got to win this. This would be a devastating game to lose, because I thought the Devils were pushing the pace and just maybe not dominating, but they were thoroughly outplaying the Panthers, I thought, for the majority of the game. Shout out to Jake Allen, obviously sharp in net. Wasn't nearly tested to the level I thought he was in the Columbus game, but very sharp nonetheless, and was perfect on the night outside of that goal he gave up about 2 minutes into the game. But all tied up at 1, we go to the third, and what a glorious third it was. Shimo Nemitz, actually starts with Dilly. Dilly gets the puck to Shimo Nemitz. Oh, hold on, guys. See, I had to race when I come racing when I have to come race home. I don't have everything in place, and I got to do all this manual work. But Dilly gets the puck to Nemitz. Nemitz gets it to Timo, or Nemitz takes a shot, rather. Sorry, Nemitz takes a shot, and Timo, with a beautiful deflection out of the air and past the netminder at
give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Timo Meier. Timo time is alive and well at 6:23 of the third. Timo gets his third of the season, assisted by Nemitz and Dillon, giving the Devils a 2-1 lead. And guys, this is your last chance. I was texting with Steve the Maniac. This is everybody's last chance. I have the receipts. I have the screenshots. If you talk smack on my man, Timo Meier, at any point, and you doubted this man and continued to talk smack and talk about his contract and this and that and the other thing, deposit your apologies in the comments. This is your final warning. You have your chance now to make it right. Deposit your apologies in the comments to Timo Meier, because if not, I might be running a whole special targeting those that slandered number 28. I will be coming for you unless you make it right ahead of time. So be warned. You know who you are. You know who I'm talking to. Deposit those apologies in the comments and avoid my wrath, because I am coming with a vengeance. Timo gives the boys a 2-1 lead in the third, but the Devils were not done. Oh, they were not done. At 11:47, Dawson Mercer makes a diving play in the ozone to poke a loose puck to the captain, and he just fires it into the back of the net.
Pretty, and he lives in Jersey City, number 13, Nico Hishauza.
His second of the season, assisted by Dawson Mercer at 11:47, gives the red and black the 3-1 lead. That is how your game would end. There was, in the closing moments, a Panthers goal that was disallowed because of, contact with Jake Allen. They challenged it. They lost. And the ref kind of messed up explaining it as well. I got to go back and watch it. Obviously, I haven't been able to see it because I was in the car, but the call on the ice was no goal. And then he came out and he was like, the call on the ice stand. And then he was like, wait a minute. And then I got real nervous and I thought he was going to revert and be like, the call on the ice is overturned. It is a goal. But he messed up and he was like, the call on the ice. And then he froze. And it was all weird. I got to rewatch it. But your New Jersey Devils with a massive 3-1 win on the ice at the Rock. And it's 3 in a row, kids. It is 3 in a row. And again, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, but honestly, I love this team, guys. I really love this team. And we'll do a little game stats here. We get to the game stats. Panthers, 22 shots on goal. Devils with 33. Panthers, 56% of the faceoffs, 28 out of 50. Devils, 44%, 22 out of 50. Panthers 0 for 5 on the power play, and that Devils PK just continues to look impressive. Again, a strength of last season. I expect it to be a strength again this season. Panthers go 0 for 5. A lot of bullshit penalties, in my opinion. I got to go back and watch some of them. I saw them on the board, when they replayed them, but a lot of them super questionable and just garbage calls. And it seems like that's kind of what we're up against on any given night. I mean, not just the Devils, but every team in the league. The officiating is trash. Hopefully one day they figure it out. But for now, Devils have to kill off 5 power plays, which they did. Devils go 1 for 5 on their power play for 20%. Panthers 27 hits, Devils 22 hits. Panthers 18 block shots, Devils with 20 block shots. Panthers 14 giveaways, Devils with 10 giveaways. Panthers 3 takeaways, and the Devils with 4 takeaways. And what a beautiful evening. I got to hit the fan. It's a little hot up in here, guys. It's a little toasty with all the lights on. Lights, camera, action. Oh, that's a lot better. And we look at some player stats. I'm fired up, kids. I mean, this team looks for real, guys. I'm trying to keep composed. Let's see what stands out. Anything, if anything. The captain with a goal and a hit. What else? Palat with a block and 4 hits. Timo Meyer with a goal and an assist for a 2-point game. 6 shots, a block, and 2 hits. Like I said, guys, this is your last chance. Tonight is your last chance. If I don't see those apologies deposited in the comments, I'm coming. You're going to be in my scope, and I am coming for you. Trust me, I am coming for you. Paulie Cotter, kind of quiet night. Not a lot of ice. 907. Shot, block, and a hit. Hallinan with 2 hits. Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes starting to look more like the vintage Jack Hughes we know and love. A goal for Jack. 8 shots. Dawson Mercer. An assist for Dawson with 2 blocks and a hit. We go to the D. Look at my man Dilly. Dilly gets an assist, 2 shots, 2 blocks, 2 hits. Love the effort from Dilly. A lot of people are finally coming around on him. I do think maybe his injury was nagging last year and he was kind of playing through it. Dilly is a warrior and a guy you want on your blue line for a Stanley Cup run. You really do. I love me Dilly. I've been talking about Dilly forever, guys. Love the man. Dougie Hamilton with 4 shots, a block, 2 hits. Shimon Nemitz, an assist, a shot, a hit. Pesci with 2 shots and 5 blocks. That man just eats pucks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 24/7, 365. Brett Pesci, what an animal. Luke Hughes, 2 shots and a hit. Jonas Siegenthaler, 3 shots, 3 blocks, 2 hits. And Jake Allen, 21 saves on 21 saves on 22 shots for a .955 save percentage. And that is the stats for your New Jersey Devils. First of all, the NHL website is not really working right now, and I had to kind of freestyle this thing. Bear with me for a moment. I'm trying to pull up something else that's just not working. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. It is what it is. But guys, I am super fired up. I will say before I get to the comments, just kind of overarching themes and whatever, my only complaint about all this, is Luke Hughes still on power play 1. I love Luke. He's here for 9 years. He's going to be the guy. He does not need to be the guy today. Dougie Hamilton, 1,000% should be on power play 1. I mean, the first 2 games, the power play was ice cold. They throw Dougie out there for power play 1 in Columbus, and we get 2 power play goals that game as a result. I guess the one positive out of all this is that Timo seems to have rightfully claimed his spot on power play 1. And in the post-game press conference, Sheldon Keefe did mention that, last year they had Timo as the net front guy, and now they have him kind of, on the flank where he can uncork the shot. What do you know? Just the way he was used in San Jose. What a mind-blowing concept. This guy was a beast in San Jose playing this role. You go out and trade for him, and then you decide to use him in another way or other ways. Completely mind-blowing. If it ain't broke, stick with it. But you saw how he was effective in San Jose, and what do you know? He's effective in the same role in New Jersey. So it seems like for now, Timo has rightfully reclaimed his spot on power play 1. Going to be playing on the side there to uncork that bomb. But I would like to see Dougie back on power play 1 as well. I just think for now, it would serve Luke Hughes better to kind of slowly transition into that by playing quarterback on power play 2. But what do I know? But, you know, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe, you know, we're talking about the using different units depending on the opponent and what their penalty kill is, which I think it seems interesting. I don't know that I've really heard of teams doing that, but in the end, regardless of what your scouting says in terms of the opposition's PK, I still think Dougie's the better option regardless. He's just a veteran. He's been doing it forever. It seems like he's a little more calm and, even keel back there. And I would prefer to see him on power play 1. I know that'll probably be a very kind of split down the middle thing as well, in terms of Dougie versus Luke for power play 1, but that's my only complaint. And we kept throwing him out there, and every time I'm like, you know, can we throw Dougie out there now? Like after 3 nothing happened, can we put Dougie now? But it seems like it doesn't happen too often within a game. So like the first 2 games I was calling for Dougie mid-game, it never happened. And then we saw it in the 3rd game. Maybe next game they go back to Dougie on power play 1. I don't really know. But I did think it was a little strange that there was no attempt to try him out there. It just seems like they're committed to forcing Luke on power play 1 for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. I mean, listen, Luke is capable of running the power play. I just think at this moment in time, Dougie is better suited for it, but it is what it is. Oh, we got some supers here. Let's see. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm delayed here. Tyler, the Rangers are just 8 minutes away from setting the all-time record for the longest home scoreless streak in sports history. Oh, my God. Thank you, Tyler. Much appreciated. Are they getting shut out at home again? Come on. It couldn't happen to a nicer team. Is that really happening? My NHL on my computer is busted. Oh no, the Rangers must have scored late. They scored 1 goal. Wow. But thank you, Tyler. I mean, the Rangers, they have one goal in 4 games. Vince, thank you, sir. I love Timo. Always have Palat. Although he gets some crap, he played hard tonight. Merce looks top 6, and captain, my captain. What a statement, Dub. Thank you very much, Vince. Much appreciated. Yeah, I've been the president of the Timo Club for a while, and I will take on all the haters. And like I said, they're running out of time. If I don't see those apologies deposited in the chat and in the comments, because the chat, it's hard for me to keep up with. So you have to put it in the comments. The chat is separate. The comments are the comments. You should put it in both the chat and the comments, but the comments of this live is what I'm going to be looking for. And if I do not see the apologies deposited there by the appropriate parties, I'm coming for heads, guys. I'm coming for heads because I'm petty. Because I'm petty and I got time for that. When it comes to defending my man Timo, I got all the time, and I will be combing through I have a little vault on the computer of receipts for people who I will happily decapitate via internet, whatever you want to call it. And so if those apologies aren't there, I'm coming, guys. And you know who you are. Don't think you're going to skate. You're not. I got all of you. I got it all in the vault, and I'm coming. But thank you, Vince. And yeah, Mercer, I think he's going to hold on to that top 6 spot. I really like what we've been seeing out of the Nico, Timo, Mercer line, and I think Mercer's going to be there all year, and I think it's going to be a big year for him, as I predicted a couple weeks ago. I think we're going to see him return to that production from 22-23 where he, has 55, 60-ish points and is a huge, huge piece of this Devils club that hopefully goes on a deep run. And Vince with another one. Thank you, sir. Get ahead of yourself. Nothing wrong with hope. Nah, but I don't want to gas people up. Listen, I'm excited about this team, and I feel like to some extent I've had a similar feeling for the past few years. But after a couple of the moves with what we saw last year, I don't know. For some reason, I did have higher expectations coming into this year than previous seasons, I think, just because it's an unfortunate reality, but there is an adjustment period. And so we had a new coach and, some new players, and it's all new, and it takes time for it all to come together. And so I did expect a better season than we had last year. Obviously, I was expecting better, but now that they are a year into it with this coach, with some of the guys that were here from last year, and now we added a couple more veteran pieces, it just started to feel like more of a true kind of Stanley Cup contender in terms of roster composition and just the kind of overall feeling around the team, at least from what I've been watching in terms of the interviews and the articles. It just seemed like the team had a different swagger and like a little chip on their shoulder, which you kind of want. I mean, they know they underachieved last year. Let's be real. This team won a playoff round in 22-23, and then after that, they missed the playoffs in 23-24. And then last year, we got smashed by the Canes in 5 games. And so, they couldn't feel good about that. And they know that people are looking at them waiting to be like, is this team for real or are they fugazi? And I don't think they are. I think it's just working on some little minuscule details within the game and really honing in on getting this machine to run at full efficiency. And I don't think we're there yet, but I don't think we're that far off. And this is all happening, mind you, with a team down 2 forwards in Nason and Dodonov and a top 6 defenseman in Johnny Kovacevic. And the depth is there. Again, a lot of people dooming after him, oh, Markstrom's hurt, blah, blah, blah. In reality, I think this team can withstand a lot of injuries, assuming it's not to one of the big dogs. I do think the injuries, any injury to, a core 4 guy or maybe even probably those are the biggest ones would be the core 4. And then after that, probably be Luke. But I even think the team, because of the defensive depth, could survive without Luke for a stretch if they needed to. It would obviously hurt, but I don't think it would sink them. I think an injury to the core 4 would really hurt and really put a damper on the whole thing. But in terms of kind of some bottom 6 guys, and even Markey, right? Like Markey went down. People are, the season's over, this and that. Jake Allen's a stud. That's why he's here. You need a good tandem to be able to win in this league. Markey went down, and so far we haven't skipped a beat. With Dodonov and Nason out. The depth is there at every position. Obviously, we are just stacked beyond your wildest dreams on defense. But there's some decent forward depth as well, and this team is really starting to look like, to me, a team that can compete and can hopefully play games into June. I don't think it's crazy to think that this team could really go on a magical run. I know a lot of people are still like, it's only 4 games, and that's all true. But given how the season started in Raleigh, I think most of you would be lying if you said you believe they could rip off 3 in a row after that against amazing teams, mind you. It's not like we're beating crap teams. They lose to Carolina, and then they have to go play a great team in Tampa. In Tampa, get a hard-earned victory. Then they go to Columbus, a team that is probably going to be sniffing the playoffs this year, and they, by the skin of our teeth, we held on to 3rd in the Metro by beating them 2 games head-to-head in March last year. Had we split the 2 games in March, if they just won one of them instead of the Devils winning both, they would have been in the playoffs. So you can't undersell Columbus. They're a very good team in their own right. Another hard-fought win in Columbus. And then they come home and knock off, granted they're injured as well, the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions. And the sick part about it is how many teams, when you look at Florida and you're like, they're missing 2 of their best players in, Sasha Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk, right? And then you look at their roster and you're like, oh my God, they still have Brad Marchand, Sam Reinhart, Sam Bennett, Aaron Ekblad, Seth Jones, etc., Lundell. It doesn't stop. They are stacked. But every dog has their day. And today the New Jersey Devils went into the Prudential Center and got a beautiful victory in which they trailed 1-0. They had to play catch up, and they did. What a game. What a win. I love this team. I love you all. Zupamaki, thank you for the super. Very nice win. Just wish they would play full 60 minutes. First period's been mediocre. Let's go Devils. Yeah, for whatever reason, this team has some historic slow starts. Hopefully they get that figured out. I do think, did I hear the stat the other day? I think they may have scored the least first period goals in the league last year, which is not exactly surprising. Super slow starts. And yeah, hopefully we can come out a little bit hotter. But in the end, if they find a way to win, even after going down. That's okay with me. Win the damn game. But yeah, we would like to see some faster starts for sure, because a lot of times, if you come out flat like that, you're going to be behind and you're not always going to be able to pull the comeback. But thank you, Zupamaki. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we see another massive Devils performance Saturday afternoon. Tyler, thank you, sir. Brown deserves his flowers. He's been incredible. Yeah, an amazing depth signing by Fitz, and he's looking amazing next to our young, budding Russian superstar in the making, Arseny Gritsyuk. Love me some Brown. Love me some Brown for sure. But now that, but thank you, Tyler. We look at the season. So thus far, the young season, guys, listen, it's only 4 games. I'm not going to get carried away. I'm trying my best not to get carried away. But we look at the stats on the season, and what do you know? Look at the season stats, and through 4 games played with 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 points. That's my man and some of yours, number 28, Timo Meier. Timo Meier, 1.25 points a game average right now, folks. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in 4 games. That is over a point per game. And I'm going to run it one more time.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Timo time has started in October, and it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. Like I said, this is your last warning. If those apologies are not deposited in the comments, I am just coming with the samurai sword, and I'm just going to be taking heads off cleanly in the next 48 to 72 hours. You've been warned, all of you. You know who I'm talking to. Timo Meier leading the team, or co-leading the team with 5 points through the 4 games. Jesper Bratt, tit-a-tat, where my boy at? Jesper Bratt, 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points as well through the 4 games. And what do you know in number 3? The captain. Oh, captain, my captain, old reliable, Nico Hischier with 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points. And who's that in number 4? Would you believe the dog, Dawson Mercer. 4 games played, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. You love to see it. And number 5, Lukey boy, Luke Hughes. 4 games played, 4 assists. Number 6, Jack. 4 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. Gritsyuk has 3 assists for 3 points. And we go down the list, Connor Brown, Dilly, etc., etc. But, while I don't expect some of these guys to maintain, obviously, Timo's not going to maintain a 1.25 points per game for the season. I mean, that's right now he's technically on pace for, I'm good at math, but not this good. I gotta do this one on the, right now he's on pace for a 103-point season. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think he's going to have a monster season. I really do. Bradder's on pace for the same. Would love to see Bradder finally get the 100. And obviously Nico right now, a point per game, is on pace for 82, as is Dawson Mercer. I think Nico will probably finish in the 70s. And I'm hoping Mercer could hit 60. Again, a point per game is very hard to maintain. It's been 4 games. I'm not a lunatic. Some people are like, getting real crazy with the predictions. But I do think Mercer's going to have a big year. And Luke Hughes, I do think, has a very real chance to get 60 points this year. I think at a minimum, he'll definitely crack 50. And I think he very well could hit or eclipse 60, especially if they keep forcing him on power play 1. And Jack, I'm not worried about. Jack could pop off and get, 7 points in 3 games or something like that at some point, and he will do that. And Gritsyuk, would love to see Gritsyuk keep it up. I thought he was a little more quiet tonight than normal, but he had some decent plays that I recall. But you love to see it. The balanced attack is here. Our beloved 25-26 New Jersey Devils are not last year's team. And buckle up, guys. This team is going to take us on a ride. All right, now I got to get to the comments. I'm sorry, folks. I've been rambling. I'm excited. I'm a longtime suffering fan, guys. I saw them win a cup when I was 17 years old in 2003. I was 17, a mere child. And here I am as a 40-year-old man just pleading to see one more before my casket dips. Just one more. Give me one more. I just need to see one more before I leave this earth. And it needs to be with this core. This core absolutely needs to win at least one. All right, let me get to the comments here. I appreciate your patience, folks. I appreciate you joining me. I mean, wow. Nicole, what's up? LO, watching the game. I was like, oh, Ace is going to be hyped about Timo. Oh, you know this. You know this. Putz Monkey says Timo on the right side doing what we pay him for. And on power play one, more importantly than the right side. Love him on the right side, but power play one. Give Timo power play one time or give me death. That is where he belongs, and just let him do the damn thing. Great assist from Mercy. Yeah, the full extension dive. I mean, wow. This is what I'm talking about. For the people that, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm coming for double homicides for two crowds. I'm coming at the Timo detractor crowd, and I thank you for reminding me, Husky. And I am coming for the Mercer doubters. If you're a Mercer doubter, you're officially been warned as well. Deposit your apologies in the comments. If you were talking smack on Mercer, I'm coming for you too. You're also in the scope. The Mercer and Timo haters, I better see all the apologies deposited, because if I don't, it's gonna be a bloodbath. It's gonna be a bloodbath video because I'm coming with receipts. Full extension. What an absolute dog. I mean, just diving out to jam the puck to Nico. What a play. Sherry says, I would never diss Timo. I love Timo. SST. Oh, God. When will Timo bag a hat trick for the Devils? I don't know, guy. If I knew that, if I had a crystal ball, I would go buy lottery tickets. Putz Monkey says 3 in a row. Let's make it 4 Saturday. It'd be amazing. It would be amazing. They had so many. I don't know the number offhand, but I feel like since the Devils' last 4-game win streak, which was in January of 13, so you're talking about 3 months shy of 3 years. Was that 33 months ago? They've won 3 in a row, like a ton of times. I want to say like somewhere between 8 and 12, maybe. They've had 3-game winning streaks, and they've dropped the fourth every time. I don't even know how. Hogan's ref got tongue-tied because it was Florida that challenged the play so that it would get reviewed. Yeah, but it was still weird because he was like, I don't know. I got to go back and watch it. I was in the stands like, what? He looked super confused. Evan, we have guys that make winning plays, sacrificing their bodies, not turning the puck over and passing the puck. All things are doing well. This team is starting to play like they're showing signs of, I don't want to say it just yet, but there are signs. TJK, what's up? Awesome. I ran into at the game. Great game by the boys. Great meeting you, TJ. And yeah, it was a great game by the boys. I am fired up. I'm not even going to lie. Nights like this between the game, then my whole kind of NASCAR drive home, and then with the live, I'm so fired up after these things that it often takes me quite some time to get myself to be able to fall asleep. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm just so wired and fired up after all this. Like, and it's only October, but I don't know. I was telling you guys in the summer, for whatever reason, like, it just feels to me like this season really, I made the Last Dance video because it did feel in a lot of ways like it could be the Last Dance with some of these guys here. And I always did like the nucleus of the roster, but my biggest complaint was that we were not getting the proper complementary pieces throughout to round out the roster to make a true cup contender. And while I still don't think we're necessarily quite there, I do think the Brown, Dodonov, Gritsyuk coming over, all of those are little pieces that could kind of check a box to get you closer to what I think is a true cup contender. And it's hard not to be excited because I don't know. I just had high expectations for the season. It's a big season for the team, a lot of the guys individually. And after that stinker in Raleigh, man, they've rattled off 3 wins against very good teams. I'm trying to skip ahead here. I'm super far behind. Appreciate all of you. Max says Jack and Timo accounted for 14 shots. Beasts. Walt, did I miss all the whiners finding ways to trash this win? The win doesn't count because Florida wasn't full strength, blah, blah, blah. No complaints on NJ tonight. That was a thorough win. Completely agree, Walt. You'd love to see it. The boys did the damn thing on opening night at the Rock. Jay Snow says, yo, Holmes, I thought they were going to turn that goal. So did I. And then after the refs got tongue-tied, I was like, what is going on? What a win, says Brian J. Timo looking good. Oh, he's looking better than good, Brian. He's looking fantastic. Fantastic. D-Dukes, how confident does Grits look? He's going to be elite. Sign him ASAP. Once he get that first goal, the floodgates are opening. I agree. I've been waiting for him to start burying some goals. He's setting up teammates and making great plays, but I want to see him get it going with burying his own pucks. And I think once that happens, I think it's going to be, hopefully marching right to the Calder as Rookie of the Year. All right, I'm super far behind. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta. Let me. You guys are very chatty. Yeah, good wins or bad losses always bring out the super chatty crowd. Tyler with another super. Thank you, sir. Jack, Jesper, Nico, Timo, and Quinn on power play 1. That would be quite the power play if I do say so myself. I mean, that's basically my preferred power play. I've mentioned for a while now, or at least the past week or so, is the core 4: Jesper, Jack, Nico, Timo, and Dougie. And so you're just saying that with swap Quinn for Dougie. I am on board with that, and I think that would be certainly a lethal unit. And I think that's probably reality for, at the worst case, in 2 years from now, or the 27-28 season. I do believe he's coming here in free agency. If we don't trade for him ahead of time, I believe he's coming here in free agency. I just don't see how it wouldn't happen. And especially if we continue to play well like this. I mean, even if we sucked, I think he would come here, to be honest. But the fact is that we're good and both of his brothers are here. I mean, all right, let me try to skip ahead here. I'm trying to check something on my phone. The NHL everything is not working on my desktop for some reason. I don't know why. Like the website seems like it's crashed. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just trying to. All right. Yeah, this is funny. So I don't know if you said this last stream, Josh, or someone else did. They probably put in Luke's contract that he has to be power play 1. Like, I don't even know if you could do that. I mean, I suppose you could, but I feel like that's like lunacy. And if that was the case, I don't think that's in there. It is funny to think about, but I don't think it's in there because he wasn't on power play 1 for the Columbus game. But it is interesting to think about. Like, would someone try to put that in there? I mean, like I said, All right, I think I'm back. Sorry, folks. I'm back. Someone confirm you could hear me? On my side, it looks like you could hear me. I apologize. Dude, all right, we're back. Oh wait, hold on. The super's coming in. All right, let me just see. Prezify, thank you, sir. Tarasov was putting on a clinic. Glad we stuck with it. Great win, and Jack looks to be coming to form. The Devils are relentless all game. Love to see it. Yeah, and like I said, through the first 3 games, we're 2-1 with Jack not anywhere near his optimal level. Once we kind of unlock vintage top tier Jack Hughes, this team is going to be lethal. And I think, he was close to it tonight. Not quite, not there yet, but in my opinion, substantially better than what we've seen through the first 3 games. And once Jack kind of hits that stride, I think we are going to be lethal. I really do. I mean, what are the weaknesses to this team? The balanced scoring is really finally here. And that's another thing. A lot of people were talking about. Let me get to the super, then I'm going to circle back on depth scoring, because I thought Sheldon Keefe said something very interesting this morning. I'm going to circle back on that in a minute. Vince, thank you, sir. You and I agree on most everything Devils, but dude, I'm so sad the black alts are going away. Got me a Nico and Hughes one. Need a Timo and Brat before they're gone. Oh, Vince, I'll never agree with you on that. Goodbye and good riddance, in my opinion, to the jersey. I really will not miss it. I thought it had potential to be good with some minor tweaks, but I certainly will not miss it whatsoever. So we definitely disagree there, but everyone likes different stuff. I'm not going to bash you for it, Vince. Everyone has different style preferences. I think if there's a little more red in it, they reduced some of the stripes, and then maybe on the shoulder patches had like the main Devils logo. I would have liked it a lot better. But not for me. Hopefully the next alternate is much better. But thank you, Vince. Really appreciate that. Let me see here. All right, now let me get back to here. Anson, can you imagine raising a cup with 2 of your brothers? Well, I only have one brother, but raising a cup with him would be phenomenal. And obviously, I think the Hughes brothers want it to happen. It's just a matter of when and how. But I do think it happens. I mean, him coming here. Now, the cup part is up to them and management to some extent. But I do think, adding Quinn to at least any team remotely resembling the lineup that we have now, how can you not like your chances? I like our chances right now, in terms of doing damage. I think this team is in their win now window. I've said this a million times. A lot of people are like, they're talking about the Devils as if they're this like super youthful team, and they're not anymore. We have a great mix of kind of prime year players, veteran players, with a couple young guys, mainly, Luke, Nemitz, and Gritsyuk. Outside of that, most of the other guys are closer to like their prime years or vets. And I do like the makeup of the roster right now. And I think they're gonna go on a nice little run this year. Nico is king. Fitz needs to not mess around and offer Nico a 8x12 after the season. We can't let him reach UFA status. He's too important to the team. As long as this year goes well, I do think Nico stays. Does 8x12 get it done? Probably something like that. I think that probably gets it done. Maybe 12 and a half. Jason, no, I just read Fitzy is working on an extension, even though Markey's injured right now. An extension with Markey? By the way, Markey was on the red carpet looking to be in good spirits, holding his son, signing autographs and taking pictures and doing all that. And obviously, if you're into that sort of stuff, guys, your boy was out there getting a lot of footage, and I will be bombing all sorts of videos on the channel. I guess throughout the or I guess it's not even, won't even be the night anymore, honestly, because it's almost, 12 o'clock, right? The wee hours of the morning and throughout the day tomorrow, there will be a ton of shorts from different things from the game, shorts hitting the channel. I'm going to do a vlog. There'll be a vlog video, maybe a couple other ones. I got to really look at what the footage all is, but there's going to be tons of coverage from the home opener on the channel tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Well, Grits is in the right spot by playing the third and fourth. That's okay. Line rolls. It will help him develop overall, gets his D game better, and he will come into his own burying the puck soon enough. Okay, so thank you for reminding me. I just talked about that before and said I'm going to circle back, and then I totally forgot because I'm a scatterbrain and I'm all over the place. I think it was this morning, media availability. Sheldon Keefe mentioned that, while, everyone's getting excited about Gritsyuk, he did think it was very important that he stayed kind of in his current role and continue to acclimate himself to the NHL game and learn before they tried to thrust him into a top six role. I don't think he actually said top six, but it was pretty much understood. I forget what the prompting question was or what they asked him, but it was basically, I think whoever asked the question, they were kind of trying to get a feel for what Keefe's kind of hopes, plans, or expectations were for Gritsyuk. And Sheldon Keefe was like, listen, kind of what I've been saying, not to, do one of these, but that he liked where Gritsyuk was now because it gives us that balanced attack and keeps our bottom six dangerous. And he straight up said, I'm not worried about our top guys. They're going to score. And that's exactly what I've been saying. I said, listen, I understand everyone wanted to throw Gritsyuk in the top six, but in the end, he's not going to make or break the top six. Like those guys are going to score regardless whether Gritsyuk is there or not. And my fear was if Gritsyuk does go there, that the bottom six kind of goes into a drought season. And so that's kind of exactly what Keefe said. And then he said something along the lines of, he's only played 3 games. Like he has to play a good chunk. Like, and I think he actually said the number like 30, like somewhere around the 30 game mark is where we'll kind of have a better idea of what his role should be, or before we start building on, more responsibilities than what he currently has. And so I do think you will see Grits, in the bottom six for the time being, but eventually a lot of you may get what you're hoping for and see him in the top six. But I do love him where he's at now because it really does give us that top to bottom balanced scoring where they're going to expose some of the matchups from other teams regularly. Vince says, I need the green ones too. Are you talking about the all green, the reverse retro? Are you talking about the white with a little bit of green? Destination JD. Thank you, sir. How the vibes, boys? Let's hope we keep this going past the new year. The vibes seem pretty damn good right now. Pretty damn good, at least from where I sit. How could you not be excited about this team? For all the people, there's a third group that I'm coming for. I'm so sorry. So this is now hitting a lot of you. And the chat doesn't count. These need to be deposited in the comments of the video. The chat is the chat. The comments are the comments. 3 parties I'm coming after. And you know who I'm talking to. Number 1, people who talk smack on Timo. You are in my scope. You are in the crosshairs. The people that talk smack on Timo, deposit your apologies in the comments. Group number 2, the people that talk smack on Dawson Mercer, deposit your apologies in the comments. You're also in my crosshairs. And group number 3, all of the insane lunatics who were dooming and talking ridiculous levels of smack after the Carolina game. You're the third group. You're the third group I'm talking to. So there's 3. And some of you people probably belong to all 3 groups. And there's definitely a ton of you who belong to 2 of the 3 groups. I guess congratulations if you only belong to one of the 3 groups. And you're you're a completely level-headed normal person if you do not belong to any of those groups. But some of you definitely belong to 2 of them, and some of you sick puppies belong to all 3 groups. You have about 24 hours from now. You have until the end of, I guess you have till midnight tomorrow night. I'm giving you 24 and a half hours. You have until the clock strikes midnight tomorrow, which I guess is technically Saturday at 12 a.m. If I don't see the proper apologies, the video's coming, guys. I'm not kidding. It's going to be another diving into the sea of comments, and some of you are going to get lambasted, and you're going to be looking silly out here. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Probably mostly guys, but I don't want to be, don't be that person. Okay. Deposit your apologies in the comments. Everything will be fine. But if you do not, I am coming for you. I am coming for you with a vengeance. All right, but thank you, JD. Tyler, thank you, sir. If you want a good laugh, go watch Panarin's back check on the game-winning goal. Yeah, that's the thing with these late nights. I get to, not only am I fired up from the night and everything, then I get on the network and I start watching on the fly, and I'm like, oh my God, and I'm watching highlights from around the league, and it's just like, sometimes it's hard. I'm gonna have to get some, I don't know, like whatever the strongest over-the-counter cough medicine is, or maybe I'll just take shots to like knock myself out. But guys, what a win. I am fired up. But thank you, Tyler. I will certainly check that out. I'm assuming that it was a very less than stellar effort. Cheers to you guys. And our New Jersey Devils are 3-1, looking for the elusive 4-game winning streak on Saturday. I hope it happens, because I guess I can't look it up now. I used to have it jotted somewhere in my notes, but I think there was like maybe 10 or 12 3-game winning streaks. And then in that 4th game, they've always dropped the ball every single time. All right, let's get back to the chat here. All right, this is when my mic crashed out. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, Brandon, considering we're paying Luke a lot right now, him doing a basic slap shot on a breakaway is pretty bad in my opinion. I'm not going to judge it too much. I thought it was odd. I think maybe he thought he'd catch the goalie off guard, and like the goalie would be expecting him to come in tighter and do some kind of, deke or something, and then he just ripped it. But I was like, what the hell was that? Obviously, because the goalie didn't, was ready for it, and just it looked like a routine save. I thought that was kind of odd, but I think he just thought if he got the shot off quick, he might surprise the goalie and get one past him. Yo, Holmes, muted. We don't hear you. Natural Canopy, what's going on? Hogan sign language, yeah. True Patriot. Oh, brother, what a game. Great home opener. Big 2 points. The big boys on the score sheet. Oh, what a night. Yeah, all we were missing was we were a Bratter goal away from the entire core 4 potting one. I thought it was going to happen. Stanislav, what's going on? Nice meeting you, sir, and your son on the plaza near the great Marty Brodeur statue. Shout out to Stanislav. I'm pretty sure this is the Stanislav that I met, unless there's 2 Stanislavs. Yeah, the mic died, but we're back, kids. Sing a Beatles song. What's your guys' favorite Beatles song? I guess put that in the comments for whatever people are, whatever people have Beatles appreciation. I'm always looking for new ones. I don't really know. I'm like a huge Beatles guy, but I know a good amount of their stuff. They have some classics. No, Alex, it's not that easy. The thing is, if I hit, I'll explain it. Long story short, if I hit the cord, it turns the mic off, right? And when I put the cord back in, the green light comes on that like the mic's good to go. But the stupid streaming software cannot pick it up, even though it's plugged back in. I have to exit the software and come back for it to realize that the mic is working. It's super annoying. But it is what it is. Jay Snow says, Woodson, tell him how to fix it. Woodson pretends is like he knows what's going on, but he doesn't. It's not the mic, Trevor. It's not the mic. What's going on, Maria? Just like old times. Oh, boy. Communicate to us with the Macarena dance moves. Oh, my God. What a classic. The Macarena. Wow. Well, it is kind of funny watching when the realization hits that the mic is dead, though I know it's not. Super frustrating for Ace. No, I knew right away because as soon as I nudged it, I was like, oh, shit, it happened. I knew it happened. But we're back. All right, let me see. Oregano dealer, old man conquers computer. Something like that. Red Devil, Timo looked great tonight. Jack looks better. Allen great as always, and I already bought a Gritsyuk jersey. Very nice. Very nice. I think we're going to see a lot of 81 jerseys on the concourse at the Rock very soon. Oh my God, I'm already down. I'm already behind this far in the comments. This is crazy. RME says, speaking of Allen, how is he not one of the 3 stars? I thought I was a little surprised. But, when the big boys score, they'll often go that route. Yeah, and the 3 stars, 3rd star was Nico, 2nd star was Jack, 1st star was Timo. Zay says, hey, he's just got home from the game. Great win. Drop a like for a damn good day. Yeah, appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up for your boy. Thank you for reminding me, Zay. Hit the thumbs up. I can't see the stats, but I'm sure they're not good. Bunch of you people just out here watching. Can't take half a millisecond to just press the thumbs up. Woodson says, window at best is in 2 years when Quinn gets here. Grits gets older and they get one big body's top 6. Or we could try now. Or we could go for it now. But Woodson says Nico is 8x11. Interesting. I would love to see him sign it, but I mean, I think he's worth every penny of the 12, considering what the cap expectations are. Anson, they called that one penalty the wrong way earlier on. Should have been a 5-on-3. I think you're referring to the Luke Hughes penalty. SST says we are 1 Tage and 1 Wilson away from contending. Oh, and -1 Luke. What is your beef with Luke, bro? Luke is very good, and he's going to only get better. He's 22. I would say, honestly, I think Tage or Wilson, I think, would make us a legitimate contender. Never mind both of them. If somehow this team, again, obviously you're playing in a hypothetical world where there is no salary cap. If you put Tage Thompson and Tom Wilson on this team as constructed, they would have to be a cup favorite. I mean, they would have to be. I couldn't see any other way. Oh, Pato Tartuga, thank you. What a masterclass. Feels so good to be back. Shout out to you, Ace. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. It certainly feels very good to be back. In the words of one of my favorite artists, Eminem, a.k.a. Slim Shady, a.k.a. Marshall Mathers, it feels so good to be back. Does anyone know that one? Man, I'm showing my age. Some of you old heads probably know what that one is, what that's the lead up to. Trevor says, SST, the team is a contender as constructed. If you have a former NHL coach pick them to win the cup, you're a contender. Bang! You're obviously referring to my man, John Tortorella, the sole predictor of a New Jersey Devils. This one goes out to you, Torts. The only guy to pick the Devils to win the cup, huh? On that whole panel. P-Funk, this is the most excited I've been for this team in a long time. Same here. And when it kind of plays out to your expectation, I mean, again, only game 4, so don't, I'm not getting carried away. I'm just getting excited for the potential and what I'm seeing with my eyes. And it's a team that looks like they could be on the path to something special. Zach says, was lucky enough to be in attendance tonight. Special teams showed up again. Perhaps couldn't help but put their fingerprints all over this one, and we still came out on top. Great team win. What a great night at the Rock. Yeah. Penalty kill perfect once again. We get a power play goal. And yeah, the refs were overly involved. Certainly overly involved. Ryan and Respect, thank you, sir. Just got home from the game a few minutes ago. 3 in a row, baby. Let's get that elusive number 4. Oh, man, I want it so bad, Ryan and Respect. And to do it Saturday night against the defending 2-time Cup runner-ups with McDavid, especially given that we started off and so many people were down on this team and talking so much smack after that game in Carolina, to then rattle off 4 in a row with the teams that it would require to get there. Obviously, it started with Tampa, Columbus, now Florida at home, to now finish off the 4-game winning streak against the Oilers. It would be very impressive, super impressive. And I really hope they could do it. I honestly have not been this fired up for a regular season game in years. I mean, this is arguably, it's not nearly as important as, late season, March and April games when you're jockeying for a playoff spot or playoff position. But I'll have to, it has to be the most important, or at least to me personally, the biggest game in October in October in years for the Devils. I've never felt that there was so much at stake or kind of on the line for a game in October as I do for the game Saturday, just because of how the team started, all the idiots talking smack, and then to be able to hopefully put this elusive 4-game win streak behind us, it would be phenomenal. And so for those reasons, I do think it is one of the more important October games in quite some time. But thank you very much, Riot and Respect. Really appreciate it. Let me see here. SST says, I am in all three. Shocking that you hated on Dawson. You hated on Timo. You hated on the team after the first game. You're 100% in all three. I expect a dissertation essay paper talking about how wrong you were and how you'd like to repent to the fan base, the team, and the players in question. Devils Fan 13, Timo time. Oh, it's getting started early. Timo time has started early this year, folks, and it is a beautiful thing. Army, I still think when Nason comes back and gets up to speed, Grit should play with Hughes. Oh. Jack and Brad, that line could be one of the best in hockey in time. It could, but just back to what I said earlier, I don't want to see that happen and then see the bottom six just fall off a cliff and be non-existent and turn us into a two-line team again. We don't want to be a two-line team again. Remember last year, we were a two-line team. I think for a stretch, we were like a one-line team with some injuries, and it was over. It was a wrap. Once we were a two-line team, no one else could do shit. Teams figured out how to play us, execute a game plan, and we were just awful. That can never happen again. We need to be a four-line team that could roll four lines and can get production from anywhere on any given night. Ralph says Carolina still owns us. Completely agree, Ralph, but that's an issue for down the line. We play them again in January, and we're probably going to have to play them in the playoffs. Hopefully we make some, adjustments or whatever it is to figure out how to slay that dragon. But until then, hopefully we just start battering every other team in the league. The Carolina thing is a problem, but that's kind of in the background. That doesn't preclude us from stacking up these points and continuing to beat the other teams in the league. But we will have to figure out Carolina one way or another for sure. Devils fan Ivor. Nice. Destination JD in the group saying Fitzy is a terrible GM. No, just me. I'll leave. I think people are kind of all over the board about Fitz. Depending on a lot of things. I think a lot of it has to do with when you became a fan. There's a lot of variables, but the people that hate on Fitz incessantly for like every single thing and will never give him credit for anything, I think are crazy. I think I'm super fair when it comes to Fitz and pretty much everything. I try to be fair, and call it like I see it. Maybe sometimes people think I'm a little extreme, but I don't. For the most part, I think I'm very, very fair. And I've given Fitz plenty of credit for a lot of things, and I've given him plenty of criticism for a lot of stuff as well. But I do think I am fair, if nothing else. Walt says that Doomer shooter video is a must. Oh, it's happening. It's happening, Walt. Trust me. If I don't see the apologies deposited, I'm coming out guns blazing. I'm coming out guns blazing. Trevor says, proudly not a member of any of those groups. Nice. Well, if they don't apologize, they're going to be shamed, SJ. Look for the video. It's coming out in the next couple days. If I don't see those apologies deposited, I am coming, and I am collecting scalps. I am definitely going to be collecting. Oh my God, you guys are typing a lot out here, huh? It's a lot out here. All right. Woodson says, I did call for a 3-7 start once a year. I'm wrong. Once a year, you're wrong, Woodson? Come on, man. You're not quite SST category, but you're pretty doomerish, I have to say. How I got here, Jeremy Proper Ace. Did you get a haircut? Yes, I did. Alexander, the Greg, saying Fitz is a bad GM is straight ignorant. I mean, I don't know. I think it depends on. Oh no, I just hit the mic with my head. I don't think it came unplugged. I could make the argument for both on that one. Dire Wolf says Fitzy's going to have to get creative when Kobe comes back. Palat's going to have to go. At this point, I don't know if anyone's taking Palat. Honestly, I think Fitz probably tried. Maybe he didn't. And I told people that in the summer. I'm like, who even knows? There's a chance, I think, that Fitz was like, he's here. I'm not even going to try to move him. I think it's possible. Delancey Burwell, go Devils. Jason, I don't even belong to any of those groups. Still on the wish we were not paying Palat $6 million group. Still a massive overpay, but only 2 years left of that contract. Well, I think most people are on the list of wishing we were not paying him that money. I've said before, I do think he has a value to this team. It's just not $6 million worth of value, and I'd prefer to not see him on the top line. But that's not to say, you know, some people act like he's the worst player that ever touched NHL ice, which is just psychotic. SST says, run and don't go too hard on me. Oh, there's a Hall of Fame. I could put out an encyclopedia of your horrible takes. Jersey Roots, what's going on? AO plays on and all the other Dirty Devil Barbarians. Victory! Choice words for SST and Woodson. Oh, true story, guys. True story. How did I forget this? Because I'm all over the place. This is a true story. 2 young gentlemen. I'm bad. So I will say, as I get older, it's super hard for me to ascertain how old younger people are, right? So I call everybody a kid because at this point I'm like the old man that, you know, back in my day, and almost everybody is a kid because I'm like, you're younger than me, you're a kid. But these 2 young gentlemen, and again, I don't know how old they are. They could have been, I want to say, and forgive me, I forget your guys' names. It was a long day. I met a lot of people, but they're very nice. 2 gentlemen that were, I want to say, somewhere between 24, maybe 25 to 35. I don't know. Somewhere in that range. 25 to 35, probably closer to the 25, though. And I was standing against like the railing waiting for the red carpet thing. And like they shoulder tapped me and I turned around and they were like, hey man, blah, blah, blah. You know, they were saying, oh yeah, we like your channel. We watch the streams, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, thanks guys. I appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. And they go, and I swear on everything, this is literally what they said. This is one of the funniest encounters I've had with people at a game. They're like, yeah, we love the streams. And he's like, yeah. And they go, FS. The one kid goes, FSST and Woodson. Yeah, it's a true story. I never laughed so hard in my life. And then I was like, wait, was that possibly Woodson? And I would never know. It was just mad funny. This kid would come, to say FSST and Woodson. I laughed pretty hard. It was pretty comical. All right. Cheers to you, Sherry. Cheers. Justin says, good night, everyone. Let's go Devils. Yo Home says, people asking to ban anyone are dorks. I agree. I don't like banning people, but SST has been so close so many times. I mean, he actually was the only person actually banned at one point. And then he just made more names. And I was just like, he's dedicated to the cause. I'm not going to keep, banning him and him come back. Michael says, Ralston used to rip clappers on breakaways all the time. Ralston had a cannon blast of a shot, though. What a shot Roley had. Yeah, Krungs, especially those who have gotten banned multiple times and make new accounts. Yeah, it's just like a losing effort. Best shit stories. What does SST stand for? Sad Sack Trader. Oh boy. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I know that one. Are these Beatles songs, Brett? Oh shit, I can't hit the mic. If I hit the okay, I'll check these out. Benefit of Mr. Kite. All right, I got those tabbed up. Thank you for the recommendation. It is the software, bro. It is the software. Woodson. I'm not even gonna bother. Woosa. D Dukes, Nason is back next game. He's got to play in the fourth line. That third line has too much chemistry right now. I'm not convinced he's going to play the next game, but I would love to see it. But there's going to be a lot of tough decisions this coaching staff going forward when some other guys return. There's going to be some tough decisions to be made. Selected Boy, what's going on? Justin says, hey, Drew, don't let me down. SST stands for... It was a great win at home. Selected Boy, completely agree. It was a beautiful, beautiful win. My favorite Beatles song is Girl. You guys threw a lot out here. I have my next Spotify playlist ready. Nico's king, off topic. Nothing Devils is off topic. Nico is king. That's why I say anything, everything New Jersey Devils hockey. And this certainly is off topic, but I'm loving Don on the TV feed. He gets so fired up and there's a big play. You can tell he loves the team. Yeah. Amazing. I can't wait to watch the calls. Oh my God, you guys type so much. The calls from the goals tonight. True Patriot Ace, good crowd tonight. Good energy. It was a solid comeback. Yeah, home opener. Building's always jumping. You love to see it, and the building was jumping. Yo, Holmes, Timo right side is domination. I completely agree. Woodson says, they say wrestling is real. I don't know who they is. But David Chimes, guarantee you Keefe told everyone to shoot every chance they could on Terrason. Dude was Swiss cheese last season. This is his first start. Why Luke took the slapper. Timo and Jack, 14 shots on goal. Yeah, I mean, I always hope that teams do that when a backup or someone's making their first NHL start, someone who might not be used to, the limelight, just throw pucks from everywhere. And Tarasov, did he play any other games this year? I haven't been following Florida. That was his second start, I guess. His numbers are pretty poopy. 3.08 goals against and a 887 save percentage. That's probably like what Markey's numbers are right now. But Markey, I think, will eventually, settle down. Richard said Timo's whip pass on Mercer's dive to Nico was pointed out by Rupper. It went unnoticed, and Rupper thought it should have been an assist. I got to go back and watch it, but the Mercer dive was insane. Just a full extension poke, making the whole play happen. Jack, Tuck, 6'4", 220, and led the league in block shots by forwards. I've been talking about Tuck since the summer, folks. He would be an amazing addition. I think so many teams would want him, but we have pieces. I mean, shit, I have no interest in drafting in the first round for the foreseeable future. Trade them all. Stickfigs points give Ace fuel. The chat gives Ace fire. Racing home to winter beverages is that which Ace desires. It's so true, Stickfigs. Winter beverages are the best. Max says, anyone against trading plot for future considerations? I don't think so, Max. I think everyone would love to just get that $6 million off the books. TJK, the Tuck idea is possible. We keep playing well into the trade deadline. We would possibly work a deal to get Tuck expiring contract. Not even bad. Average annual value currently at 4.75. No, 4.75 is a steal. A steal. And to Woods, this is what Woodson saying, I'm afraid it would be Tuck for Nemitz, which would be a sad casualty. I think they would gun for Nemitz. I'm curious if they would settle for like maybe a different prospect in a first rounder, but there certainly would be a bidding war. Michael says W's make Gen Pop shooters taste much better. Oh, I bet. Makes everything taste much, much better. Justin says, love torts. Sherry, I love Eminem. No one knew my reference, though. I don't think. Wait, maybe that was I'm not far enough in the timeline yet. Destination JD, thank you. Newer around here, love you. What is the story behind the Bud Ice sign behind you? Just bought it somewhere. It looks amazing. So this was a limited edition. Obviously, it's the Stanley Cup Bud Ice Devils Neon that they made after the Devils won the Cup in '95. And it was distributed, I believe, to just bars and maybe liquor stores. I forget. But I think mostly bars. And I remember seeing one pretty much right away. Living in northern New Jersey, I think that summer I saw a couple around. Obviously, I wasn't going to bars then. I was only 9 and then turned 10 in that summer. But I remember seeing them in passing, and I always wanted one, even when I was a kid. And then some years later, I don't even know. I want to say I probably have had it for maybe 10 to 15 years. But I forget. Some like it was like a memorabilia guy had it, but when I found it, I was completely elated because it was something. I'm a huge collector. Love Devils merchandise, memorabilia and stuff, and I had wanted it for forever. And when I was finally able to get it, so yeah, let's say it was like 15 years ago. That's what? Yeah, 2010. So it was like 15 years after I first saw it and when the Devils won that cup. So that's kind of the story behind that. But thank you very much. Much appreciated. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things, which is why it's in the background here. Derek says it's Timo time, baby. Nico line is cooking. Also, I absolutely love Brown so far. Speed, grit, reliable. Has some solid hands too. Him and Grits have completely transformed our third line. Completely. The bottom 6 is crazy. Love to see it. Anson says Tuck acquisition would be a fever dream, especially if we robbed Kevin Adams. Liam Smith, it's crazy that knowing old Eminem makes you old now. Yeah, I mean, old Eminem is now, approaching 30 years old. It's crazy. Time is on warp speed. Zach says, I was at the game, and I have to say Gritsyuk looks great in person. Every time he gets the puck, it's an exciting time. All right, I'm trying to... All right, guys, I'm trying to skip ahead. You guys are so chatty, and then I just get distracted. Max says Ace needs a shameless on a whiteboard in the background. I'm not sure when you got here, Max, but I basically told 3 different groups of people if they don't deposit their apologies in the comments that I'm coming for them with a vengeance in a video where I show receipts, screenshotted nonsense that they had previously written about one of 3 things. My first one is the Timo Meyer haters. The people who talk smack on Timo, I'm coming for them, and I'm coming for them heavy. Second group of people, the Dawson Mercer detractors, same thing. I'm coming for them with a vengeance. And then the third group is the people who just completely melted down after the game in Carolina and acted a fool. I'm coming for them with a vengeance, and I'm hoping to see a lot of apologies deposited in the comments, because if I don't see them, these people might think I'm going to miss them, but I'm not. I will go back into my vault. I have a vault for this very moment in time where receipts will be pulled and people will be just shamed in video form. Noel says, might go to the Oilers game. Who's in net? Dawes. Obviously didn't say yet. I'd imagine that it will still be Jake Allen. Peter, what are your feelings on Timo's tenure with the Devils? I love Timo. Completely love Timo. Hopefully he has a big year this year. Bobby, good evening, Ace. What a hell of a game. Completely agree, Bobby. I'm still all fired up. Beautiful win at home. You'd love to see it. And now the boys will be playing for that elusive fourth in a row on Saturday. Devil heaven. Oh, I didn't cook anything. I was at the game, stuffing my face in the lounge. It was a feast. It was a feast. Lubin Park, where are those doomsday preppers after the Canes loss? They better be depositing the apologies, because they're going to be the people I'm talking to in the video with the receipts. With the receipts. Stickling says, when we win a cup, I know Ace and they're running with the Devils Blackwing has receipts ready for all the forever doubters who are not allowed to celebrate with us. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, I heard this when I was at the game. My mother texted me how I got here. Jeremy Proper, R.I.P. Ace Frehley. I think you spelled his name wrong, but longtime member of KISS. I think he's had a falling out with Gene Simmons potentially. Ace Frehley died. I mean, how old was he? He couldn't have been that old. He's definitely not young, but was he in his 70s or was he in his 60s? 74. Wow. That's wild. Richard said, I just turned 63, bench 300 pounds. Holy sh! And Ace, you're a kid to me, and I'd kill to be 40, 41. Yeah, I guess everybody's a kid to somebody, Richard, right? But damn, bro, very impressive. Bench 300 pounds. My God. But yeah, everyone's a kid to somebody. Those men, I would have bought them beers. Dude, at first I was like, is this Woodson like messing with me? And I'll never know, because I don't know what Woodson looks like, obviously. But Woodson strikes me as someone a little bit older. Like, these kids seemed like fairly young. So when they said that, I was dying laughing. It was really funny. It was really funny. Here's Woodson back with his other alter ego. I probably could do a whole show on SST Doom Scrolls. Damien, what's going on? Yo, he's finally made it home. What a bloody great game. I even finally made on the Jumbotron at the end. Amazing. What a way to turn 33. Thank you, Jesus, and thank you, Devils. Let's go, Devils. That's awesome, Damien. Happy birthday. happy birthday to you. And the Devils gave you a treat on your birthday, man. What a amazing game to be at on the birthday. RME got to say what's up to Don, told him we're lucky to have him. He said emphatically he loves to be here. Dude's one of us for real. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I always forget. I mean, I've said it a couple times. But Don is one of us for real. And he proved that to me after my conversation with him a couple months back. If you didn't see it, check it out. I did a really cool interview with Don LaGreca about a week after he was, I just put the link in the chat, after he was named the Devils' new play-by-play guy. Great conversation with Don, and I was more than sold that he is, in fact, a legit fan. Damon says, I even got to meet and talk with Mike Rupp. What a freaking giant. Dude was taller than Colin White when I met him. I can send you the pics you want. Yeah, Rupper's the man. Love Rupper. And I meant to talk about this earlier as well. I did like the post-game segment, which was Don, Mike Rupp. It was Don, Mike Rupp, Dano, and Sal. Did I miss anyone? I think it was the four of them. Don, Dano, Rupper, and Sal. I think that was it. Really cool. What was this in reference to, Yo Holmes? This was 12 minutes ago. True Patriot got to hit the sack. Long weekend in front of me. Ace, great night. Off to college hockey tomorrow. Good night, True Patriot. What college hockey, huh? Invest in Gritsyuk rookie card. Man, I used to be super into the cards. And then I kind of branched out to other stuff. Yeah, does he even have a rookie card yet? Probably not, right? What's up, Amagi? Taj says Nemitz was good all game. John Fay, Nemitz had a good game today. Which runs are you taking? Brandon Nemitz was a blue line monster today. Man. Brian says, I'm scared. Alexander the Greg Nemo was basically told if he wants a role on the team, he needs to focus on the defensive side of things. Where would this come from? I mean, I would imagine that's for a lot of guys. Well, not all of them, I guess, but there's a lot of guys that need to focus on defense. The Mercer slander has always been warranted? No, it hasn't. It really hasn't. Anton says, Mr. Mehoff, you sound a lot like SST. I'm glad I'm not the only one that clearly sees through this nonsense, Anson. It's like it's so painfully obvious. It's so painfully obvious. John says, wasn't Mercer the reason Nico scored that goal, or am I just trying to ignore the fact this guy's on drugs? What a beautiful play by Mercer. And Dawson Mercer is a point-per-game player through 4 games right now, folks. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, rest in peace, Ace Frehley. I still don't have all the details. I just got a text at the game from my mom. Damn, that's what it was? Ace Frehley fell in his studio a month ago and died from a brain bleed resulting from the fall. Oh, my God. Like, that's so crazy. Like, it's not like he's 100. At 74 years old, you could fall down and end up dying. I mean, it's scary. Antonio, rare off game from Jesper Bratt. And you know what? A great pickup from the rest of the guys. Hell of a game. Let's go Devils. That's the thing about having a lot of weapons, right? If one guy maybe he's not feeling it on a given night or he's a little off, there's so many, and especially with the bottom six now, with a capable bottom six that can score, it's like you don't have to rely on the same three guys to score every night. And if they don't, you're doomed. It's like, no, that guy is, he might be off a little bit, but now we have, this guy can score and that guy can score. And there's two lines, third and fourth lines that could score. It's a beautiful situation to be in. Richard said, Ace, my 20-year-old was at the game tonight, and the Devils rep gave him 2 free tickets in the nosebleeds for Edmonton game. Not bad. Nice. Free tickets are amazing. Very cool. Sean says, what up, Ace? Just left the Florida bar. What a night the boys played hard. What a night indeed. Our beloved New Jersey Devils. Yeah. Also selling Husky, keeping up with the chat days are over, Ace. I'm trying my best, man. I try to, and then I forget, and then I'll respond to a couple of comments and kind of go off on a tangent, and then I look down and I'm like, oh, I'm 30 minutes behind. I'm getting closer now, though, obviously, towards the end here. Evan, Don and Dano work great together. You could tell they both love the Devils and want them to win, for sure. And I love that. I love that. Yo, Holmes, Ace, Bratt, today moving to the 10th all-time New Jersey Devils Apple list. Oh, nice. Nice. 10th all-time, huh? Yeah, I mean, when it's all said and done, he should be near the top of the list for almost everything, honestly, in franchise history. Giovanni just got home from the game. That Dawson, Nico, and Timo line has been looking real nice. Completely agree. Love to see it. It seems like Dawson has made the most of his opportunity and is running with it. That line looks great, and I don't see any reason to break it up. And I am hoping that we see a very productive year from that line. And Dawson Mercer just continue to, get that production up. Right now, a point per game guy. Can he finish with 60 points? Is that realistic? Can Dawson Mercer hit 60 this season in a top 6 role? I thought he definitely was going to when he was on Power Play 1. It does seem like Timo has kind of reclaimed the spot, which I think is the right decision. I think Timo needs to. I've been talking about this forever now for you guys that have been, watching me for a while. I'm like, give me Timo on Power Play 1 or give me death, because it's just ridiculous to think that he shouldn't be there. But even without power play time, maybe in a power, some mop up Power Play 2 time with regular top 6 minutes, I do think that there is a decent chance that, we see a career year out of him, and that would be phenomenal. Dave, what's up, Dave? Let's go Devils. Smash the like for our boy Ace. Appreciate that, Dave. Hit the button. If you're here and you're not a hater, hit the button. Shout out to the haters. There's definitely a good amount of you as well. Roman Checkmonic says, Grits being a 24-year-old rookie with a child is always funny. Yeah, a lot of people made a big deal about that when he posted his, I think it's a daughter. Is it a daughter? On Telegram. People kind of ran wild with that. I do think, to some extent, there are a group of people that might be a little too infatuated with like the personal lives of players, to the point where like sometimes I think it's like, this is a little much kind of thing. But, that's the world we live in now. Everyone kind of puts stuff out there for others to see, and it's all kind of part of the beast, I guess. It is what it is. Just got to the live. Don't know if it was brought up yet, but the diving pass by Mercer was awesome. Love the hustle plays. Yeah, for sure. It was discussed. Dawson Mercer with the hustle play. Yeah, there's no chance of me keeping up with the chat, folks. I'm waving the white flag. What did you think of Patrick and the Alibis when they performed? I had no idea that they did perform. When was that? Was that in the arena? I was, in between every period, I'm stuffing my face. I have no time to watch Patrick and the Alibis. I'm seeking I'm seeking food. Trevor, how about that 6th night by Jack? Just saw the replay again. It was great. He goes up high. I love it. He's had a couple in the past few years where he shoots it like off the goalie's mask. It looked like he was trying that move again. I have to watch the replay to see exactly what it hit, but it was up high and tight. Johnny Two-Tone, if you're itching to watch hockey tomorrow, BU is playing, so hopefully Egorov will be starting. He's been absolutely killing it. Yeah, I have their schedule on my fridge. I'm trying to go check him out in person again. Big Mike. Yeah, I think they have a chance of winning the title this year. I mean, it's so obvious that it couldn't be any more obvious that Mihoff is SST. Like, who are you fooling, bro? Oh, man. Taylor McLeod, Jack with the signature bank shot. I feel like he's finally starting to get back to his own tonight. I'm loving him playing with Timo this year on PP1. Yeah, Jack needs to just explode. I think tonight was the kind of start of it. I expected him to get loose at home, and so far, he had a lot of shots tonight. And, I think they're just going to start falling for him now. Hopefully he has another big game against Edmonton. And him and Timo, the difference is they got Timo on the flank now. Leaving him in front of the net, while I thought he was good in front of the net, it always seemed weird to me that's like, just put him off to the side where he played in San Jose. Curious to see what the plan is with Nason in terms of what line he plays on when he comes back. Not only what line does he play on, but is he going to get power play 1 or 2 time? Like, what is their plan? Luke says those player stalkers are next level creepy. Yeah, I've heard and seen some wild stuff. Liam, surprised we haven't seen more anger towards the refs. Were they not atrocious tonight? They're absolutely terrible. I think the reason why I'm not choosing to dwell on it is because we won the game is probably why. But I did mention it briefly that the calls were just pretty tragic. Between intermissions, they were in the arena near. Okay. Yeah, I was in a lounge that was on a different level. So I would have had to go out and do a whole, kind of maze situation to get there in between the period. P-Funk says 16 of 17 penalties killed is wild. Yeah, this PK was number 2 in the league last year, and they're going to be good again. They're going to be amongst the best in the league once again. This is T's double trolling tonight. Anson says Mr. Mihoff communicates exactly like SST. Completely agree. Yeah, that penalty was terrible, Jordan. What did you think of that one penalty called on Luke in the first period where he got dragged down? It was terrible. Completely terrible. We should have had a 2-man advantage, but the refs didn't want to call it. Jeremy says, I hope we see Palat getting into the mix more. Okay. SJ says, Ace says it's the same part. I have no idea. I'm like half joking, but I think it might be. And a lot of other people think that it's him as well, based on the same reasons why I do. Like, they sound very similar. Amagi, I waited at where the players drive out and Cody stopped to sign stuff and take pics. Super cool dude. Very nice. Did you get anything signed, Amagi? Yeah, the hooking call was terrible. Alex, hey, what's up, Ace? How's it going, man? To be honest, during the last minute of the third, I was laughing my butt off when the ref said good goal, then reverse. Yeah, it was super weird. I was like, what is this guy? You know, he was like, he originally said, I think the call on the ice stands. And he was like, wait. And then he was like, the call. And I'm like, no, if that means, if he said he messed up, then it's going to count as a goal. And then he basically like said the same thing. Maybe he said it differently. It was weird. I got to go back and watch it, but glad to see that the goal did not count. Anytime a goalie's bumped or even like remotely touched at all, I never know what they're going to call, because I do think that is one of the most inconsistent calls in the game today, is when there's contact with a goalie. Whether they are going to call, allow the goal to stand, call a penalty, whatever, it's just inconsistent. So I never know what to expect. But it did certainly seem like there was plenty of contact, there to uphold the call on the ice, which was no goal. But it was a very weird situation. Put it again, dude. Put it again, Amagi. I'm half delirious. Put the comment in here again. And I'm super far behind and delirious. Running on minimal sleep. Amagi, throw it out there again. This chat is oh boy. He was trying to say the call on the ice stands, but then said there is a goal instead of no goal. Yeah, it was weird. Chris, Ace, I had the funniest interaction with Jack. He signed my NHL 25 cover. Then I laughed and said, I can't wait for Quinn. He looked up at me, laughed with me, and winked. A guy who doesn't show much emotion. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Oh, Schmid got in. He's getting lit up. Will Gorman, when you're talking about people stalking Grits, do you mean IG accounts like Devil Fanatics, or what do you mean exactly? Devil Fanatic. No, that Devil Fanatics isn't a stalker. That's just like a fan account that reposts a lot of stuff. I don't know. I think they mean like the people that kind of do like stalkerish things in real life. Definitely not Devil Fanatics. That's just like a fan account that posts a lot of news and things like that. Yeah, I am fading fast, bro. So oh my God, it's already 12:23. Sean says those one game doomers looking really silly. I mean, I told them they were silly that the first time. Chris, today was crazy. I got 16 signatures, including Nico, Jack, Luke, Timo, Brat, all in one go. Very nice. That is a cleanup. That's a mop-up day, Chris. What else did you get signed? You got the core. You got the core 4 plus Luke. Brandon says, Ace, I had a stream idea. Maybe at the end of the stream, we do a classic dumbest comment of the day showcase from the live stream. There'd be so many to pick from on most nights. So many. Damien, I still find it funny. This is exact Same game on the exact same date back in 2023. Only difference being is we won 3-1 this time and not lose 4-3. I was at both games. Interesting. So we played on October 16th of 2023, but lost. Amagi. Okay, this girl had that Halloween photo of Jack Nico. I don't know what photo that is. I'm curious to see. She got it signed by Jack and needed Nico. Since she was small, I helped her out, took it, and used my loud and big self to get Nico to. Oh, very nice. You came up with the big red carpet assist. What is the photo? I mean, I know it was like one of the ones from the Halloween party. I can't picture it exactly. Very nice of you to lend a helping hand to. Wait, did you get the digits though? Did you wait? And then whatever happened with the girl from the last game? I totally forgot about that. So many questions, Amagi. Man, these players these days, autographs are complete shit. I mean, just no pride in the signature whatsoever. They just sign like complete shit. Nico's signature is a straight up squiggle. Terrible. Yo, but how old was she, Amagi? Was she like eligible for you to get her number? And what happened to the girl from the last game? So many questions. P-Funk says, Quinn will be a devil. You could bank on that. I 100% think that that's happening. I've been saying that for a long time now. Husky, still cheering for Akira. Never forget what he did against the Rags. Oh, you guys already know. Akira Schmidt is forever a franchise legend on this channel. Just franchise legend. The only goaltender besides the great Martin Brodeur. Akira Schmidt is the only goaltender besides the great Martin Brodeur to have won a playoff series for the New Jersey Devils in the past 30-something years. We'll just call it 30 years. And it's probably a little bit more. 30 years. Let that sink in. Here I got here Jeremy Proper on NHL Shot. What is NHL Shot? Jack Hughes second. Oh, second goal on Rags from 2/2/2014-99. Are you talking about the goal puck? The Jack Hughes goal puck, I think. Was that the Instagram hockey game? I think it was. I've seen that. Yeah, that's overpriced for a goal puck. Luke, I'm out. Good win, Ace. Will this be the elusive 4-gamer? I think so. I think so. Magi says, I actually ran into the girl from last game yet again. Where did you run into her this time? Trevor, Ace, what club are you in tonight? We need Ace's version of a Zagat's guide of best Devils club seats. So tonight I was in I guess they call it the Verizon Lounge now. It used to be referred to as the Pier. I do like it. I did a bunch of food reviews. It was before my buddy who met me there. So like I had to film it myself. So it's not going to be great quality because I was just stuffing my face and like had the phone like on the thing. It was before my buddy got there. He got there late. But depends on, I think it really depends on what you're looking for out of the club to determine which one's the best. Because I would say a lot of them have different advantages over the other ones. So it's kind of like, what are you putting the most weight or emphasis on? For me, I'm always putting the emphasis on where the seat is more so than the other shit. So like all the other stuff is cool too. Like the club amenities and whether it's packed and yada, yada. But in the end, the location of the seat and the view of the game is always paramount to me. So I'm always going to lean towards one of those clubs. But there is some perks about some of the other clubs as well. Sean, how did you feel about power play 1 with Luke and Dougie switch? I talked about that early on in here. I want Dougie to be on power play 1 for the foreseeable future. You know, Luke is the man of he's here for 9 years. He's the guy for the long term, but I think Dougie should still be the guy for the right now, in my opinion. Akira, P-Funk, Akira shutting down the Rags will live in devil lore forever. Absolutely. That's a horrible stat. Damien, all right, wish I could stay, but it's getting late. Good night, everyone, and thank you again for a fantastic win on this fantastic day. Glad to see Marchie, too. Let's go Devils. Amagi, honestly, I was too buzzed and too high on life. I don't even remember what she looked like besides her being short. Oh, my God. Pretty sure I remember her dad or something being there, too. Dig the T-shirt, by the way. Oh, thank you very much. Yo, I didn't even open it. Hold on. I'm going to go get it. Because I put it in my bag, and then I ran to my car. It had my camera in it, and I threw it in my car, and then I think I brought it in. I'll be back 1 second. I'm gonna open it live here, Amagi. I'm gonna get my computer bag. Where did I drop it? Did I not bring it in? I'm a mess. All right, so here's my bag. I swear I didn't even open it, Amagi. I forgot that it was in there. But thank you very much. I ran to my car, forgot it was in here, and I just buried my bag in the car on the streets of Newark. And here's the bag Amagi gave me. I did not open it yet. Oh, sick. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it. This will be coming to a stream near you soon. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. This is a gift from Amagi. Live on the red carpet. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice. Is this going to fit my fat ass? It probably will. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, Amagi. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Very, very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. All right. So now, let me see. Timo will hit 100 points first. Before who? I'm fading. This was a long day, man. Standing outside, I haven't done it in a minute. It's been Dr. Fruity Boots, so old, started being a Devils fan and watching hockey. The first Flyers Devils preseason game, the year they won the Cup. Are you referring to the 95 Cup? Which Cup are you referring to? Man, I do miss those old school Devils teams. They were so exciting. And that's why I love it when like guys like Rupper join the broadcast. Don with Dano, Rupper, and Sal is that's a great, what do you call that? A quad? I don't know what you'd call that, but I like that foursome. Chris, Nemo, and a few of the other call-ups as well. I've got a lot of signed stuff, but never in one go. Yeah, I mean, if you get there, you got a good position on the red carpet, and you have a long reach, and you could use your voice and use the stretch and get the item. Like the dude that was next to me, I wasn't trying to get anything signed. I was just recording, getting some video footage for all of you that were not in the area or able to attend. So like I mentioned earlier, keep your eyes peeled on the channel. Tomorrow, there's going to be a ton of shorts. Oh my God, there's so many comments. There's going to be a ton of shorts and a vlog hitting the channel tomorrow with lots of red carpet footage. But the dude next to me had he had an old school poster and he was mopping up. I think he literally got almost everyone that came by. I think he almost got everybody. I don't know if he missed anyone. He may have missed Luke. That may have been the only one. I think he got everybody else. Amagi's a club. If you want to know anything about the clubs, Amagi's been to all of them millions of times. Any club is viable, and the Prue Lounge is for jabronis and weirdos. I'm definitely not a Prue Lounge guy. That I will say. Because it's so detached from where the seat is. I don't like that at all. I agree with you there, Amagi. I don't know about the people. I tend to kind of stick, I typically don't really mingle too much and kind of stay to myself. But I could see that. It seemed like I don't know how to describe the crowd. I was in there once or twice. It did seem a little different than the other ones. M Sharp, me just getting home now. 3.5 hours to get there. That's a true Devils fan. Wow. Yeah, the game ended at what? 9:45-ish, 9:40. Where do you live? That's a hike. You've been holding on to that t-shirt for Ace since last season. Nice. I high five those two. Yeah, I still wonder if one of them could have been Woodson. That'd be like the all-time epic, hilarious thing if it was Woodson. I don't think it was, because I do think Woodson's a little bit older. But it is possible it was Woodson, which would be pretty funny. I can't even. People are fighting with SST's alter ego here. You're very welcome. Enjoy it, and let's go Devils, brother. Yeah, let's go Devils. Hopefully we get another big win Saturday. What is this buff and tough? I don't know what's going on. The 95 Cup. Dave, bringing my daughter to her first game this year versus the Rangers. Got club seats for the first time because of you, Ace. Nice. Very nice. What club are you in, and how old's your daughter? She's going to love it. Runnin only puts on screen messages he likes. No, sometimes I'm clicking on ones that I didn't even read yet, if I'm being honest. I'm just kind of trying to stay somewhat with the timestamps, but it's getting increasingly difficult. Brandon says, have you even looked at his workout pictures? Whose workout pictures are you referring to? Husky Unchained, good show, Ace. Still 150 people in here. Good luck, brother. Good night, all. Good night, Husky. SJ, the core is not young, though. I agree with that. Yeah, the time to win is now. We have a lot of guys in their peak. The time to win is now. Traveling, looking at the banners tonight from the 90s and 2000s brought back a lot of great memories. Yeah, it always does. I think I somewhat subconsciously take a picture of the retired banners and the cup banners every time I'm there. I'm like, I must have a whole album of the same exact photos over and over again, but it's still almost surreal to see it every time I'm there. Taylor, if we make it to the cup, I'm going to have to make a trip up to Jersey. I'm trying to not get too ahead, but I feel like this team can do it. For sure. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say it's happening or whatever, but like I said in my season prediction video, I think they're capable, especially with some tweaks, an addition or two. It could push them over the edge. It really could. Can't wait to see the shorts got there too late. Oh, you'll see a bunch. There's a bunch coming out. And they'll probably be coming out for like, I'm not going to put them all out in one day. There's just too many. Probably over the course of like a week. There'll be a few a day. But there'll be a good amount in the vlog as well. If they win 4 in a row, does Nemitz get more buff? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does he get more buff if they win 4 in a row? Nemitz put in that offseason work, though. He's a beast. If you didn't see the pictures, you should look them up. I don't think I have them handy. Let me see. If I do, I'll show some of them. I mean, the pictures were insane. I remember after I saw them, I was like, okay, I am now super pumped for the season for Nemo because of what these workout pictures looked like. Let me see if I have them here. What was the name of that video? Is it the news and notes? I think it was. I can't find it. Hmm. 25, 26 training devs, 25. All right. There's one picture in Nemo. I'm going to hit you with the quick slideshow. This is Shimo Nemitz getting, look at those legs, getting his weight up this summer. Beast. Absolute beast. Doing some box jumps. Beastin'. Look at this. This is a young man putting in that off-season work. Look at this. Pushing the sled. Jacked up. Yeah, I'm confused. What's going on with the fights in the chat? I'm not able to. I'm not able to even keep track of what you guys are talking about. Good night, Knowles. All right, anyone have anything else worthwhile before we wrap this thing up? Yeah, he definitely built strength. I mean, I don't know. Some of these people are just, no matter what, they're never happy. They'll have something to complain about. And so, you know, I can't, I can't, I can't even, you know, I just sit here and laugh. Like, what am I going to get legitimately mad about this stuff? That these people are nuts, you know? Magi, Nemo putting in all that admirable work while I just work down 10 plates of food at the Rock and complain about a turnover. Anson, would Sabres actually sell Tuck and go into another rebuild? I mean, they might not have a choice. We'll see. I mean, there's so many variables that go into that. Like, does he want a lot of money? Do they not want to pay him? Does he just not want to be there in general? There's so many things, but I could definitely see a world where he's out of there for sure. Sean, yo, Ace, is the game for a meetup so I could fly in from wherever you live, from Florida? I'm still working on that. Bear with me. I'm going to try to put something out there in the world. We'll see. We'll see how many people are really looking to do something like that. Steve, tuning in late. Good night, everyone. Let's go Devils. Looking good so far. Definitely. 3-1. Let's go. World's worst gamer for sure. Ace, you know hockey isn't as good anymore. Oh, no, I agree. I still love the game. Still love the boys, still love the team, but to me, nothing is as good anymore. Music, movies, TV shows, sports, obviously hockey. Everything was better back in the day, but I'll still enjoy this game. It's still the greatest game on the planet. It's still the beautiful game, and I'll always enjoy it. But if we're being real, it was obviously, peaked in the 90s. Just absolute bloodbaths. Old school chippy games. All right, guys, that's it. I'm delirious. Our beloved New Jersey Devils are 3-1, guys. After I'm not going to say completely disastrous because it was tied late, but after it was certainly a disheartening performance in Raleigh on the opening night where our nemesis continued to bully us back where our season ended last year. It started this season, and it started off on a painful note. Devils in the game late, and it got away from them towards the end. The reminder that Carolina owns us, but we put that in the rear view. Go on to Tampa, win a big one. Go on to Columbus, win a big one. And then come back home to the Rock for the home opener and knock off the back-to-back Cup champ Florida Panthers for the third consecutive win. And the Devils looking for that elusive fourth win in a row on Saturday afternoon against Connor McDavid and the Oilers. And the building is going to be jumping once again. Oh, it'll be jumping once again. And hopefully they get it done. I mean, that would be great. To be 4-1 on the season, to finally have the 4 in a row, it'd feel so right on so many levels. And I hope it could happen. But appreciate all of you. I'm fading fast here. Tomorrow, there will be a lot of shorts on the channel. There'll be at least a vlog, maybe some other separate videos, depending. I don't know. I have to go back and kind of look through the footage and see. But there's definitely a vlog. And like I said, shorts and things of the red carpet extravaganza. But wow. The New Jersey Devils, guys. What a team. What a season. And fair warning, for those that belong to one of those three groups, your final chance to deposit the apologies in the comments. If you talked ill on Timo Meier, Dawson Mercer, or this Devils club after the first game, deposit your apologies in the comments because I am coming hunting for all of you. I have the receipts. I will use them. The video will be coming out, and you will be abused on the internet for all to see. That's it. That's it. Just deposit your apologies, and all is forgiven. And all is forgiven. But that's it, guys. That is it. I'm done. I am just mentally, physically, and emotionally drained from I almost feel like from the season, and it's only 4 games. I don't know how I'm going to make it till the end. Yeah, definitely hit the thumbs up if you haven't. That would be nice. It's the least you could do, right? Just hit the thumbs up. Takes 0.3 seconds. I'm trying to think in closing if there's anything else I got for you. I don't think so. I think that's it. Deposit your apologies if you're in one or more of those 3 subsets of human beings, the Timo, Dawson, or Devils smack talkers after the first game. And I'll be back soon. I will be back so soon. So many cool things in the works. But that's it. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.